There's a reason why triple changers were exclusively transmetals. Beast Wars 2nd Big Moss, today on Guerilla Reviews. Big Moss is the repaint of the Beast Wars Neo's Transquito, and as such retains both the antlion form and the rather goofy robot mode, as well as some very odd gimmicks. And yes, that is a very metallized plastic you're seeing there. I haven't any problems on this one because actually, oddly enough, the legs broke on the first one of these I owned. Getting on to one of the first gimmicks, in insect mode anyway, we'll move these legs back here. Move this little tab back and forth for flapping wings. Silly but effective. Shortly before we go on to the antlion mode, we will take a minute to look at the insect mode itself. Fairly odd but convincing, aside from the color scheme. And yes, there are some hands hanging out up in there. Manly hands. Manly Mexican murder hands. Anyway, we will now move on to the transformation out into antlion mode. We will actually come back up here. Put these wings, actually like that. Turn this around, bring these wings up here. Separate and extend on both ends of the wings for these very sizable mandibles. Separate what was the thorax here. Bring that part up. And during the transformation, this part just kind of comes back up here. This will be the head in robot mode, but there we go. Antlion mode. Creepy as it is. Anyway, getting onto the gimmick of antlion mode, we move this part forward and the jaws snap open and shut. I have seen individuals, rather imaginative ones, say that when he has a Predacon in his jaws, he just kind of rolls them up and puts them on here, which is apparently some sort of stinger. I don't know if I entirely buy that, but if that excites you. Another odd thing is that it's here that we see the rub symbol right here. Due to it being a hot day, we do need to see that he is a maximal. Yep. Anyway, we will now move on to the robot mode. We'll bring these parts back in and clip those parts in there. Bring this back up and fold down. We'll then take the mosquito head, and after folding this part out, bring that down. Come on. Bring the head down like so. Takes a little bit of effort, as you can see. We'll then unpeg the arms from here and fold this part down. You really kind of have to be creative with this part right here. There's no real changing that. But anyway, repeat the process. Then we will bring this part of the leg down, twist and down. Down, twist, fold out for the feet. Now I like to do it like this because it makes it look better. You don't see the screws. That's really up to you. But there we go. Beast Wars 2nd Big Moss in robot mode. In robot mode we see a lot more turquoise blue. Very interesting under a black light, I assure you. And we also see that he has a Dracula collar. He is a mosquito after all. And when we fire his missile, one of his gimmicks, he has this sort of predator jaw thing going. Weird, but interesting. Getting under articulation, the head does rotate. The collar does get in the way, but it will move out somewhat. Ball joint on the shoulder, upper arm swivel, along with a swivel joint for the other hinge joint for the elbow. No waist swivel, but not much you can expect. A double hinge joint for the upper thigh, along with a swivel there. Another hinge joint for the knee, and a hinge joint for the toe. Basic, but effective. And this is Beast Wars after all. Well, that does it for this Guerilla review. I am the Deceptiwolf. This has been Beast Wars 2nd Big Moss. And I gotta remind you all, free your mind, free your toys.